And gentlemen, welcome once again to Wrestling Observer Live, Friday, February 20th, 2026. We are here 7 days a week, Monday through Friday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern with Andrew Zarian, and Saturday mornings with my esteemed colleague Jim Valley at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern. Right now, you are listening to the voice of one filthy Tom Lawler. Bryan Alvarez, the usual man running the ship, has been gone the entire week. However, we forge on in these uncharted waters, and I will be joined later on in the show in the second segment and throughout by Lance Storm, a great professional wrestling mind. And we have a ton to get into, as always. Last night was another edition of TNA Impact on AMC, a show which I thought it was a fun show. I rather enjoyed watching it. Tonight we have WWE SmackDown coming at us. Tomorrow we will have a full edition of AEW Collision on dock. We have some news and notes to get into in not only the world of professional wrestling, but quite a few crossovers actually with the world of mixed martial arts. And we will get into all of that later on in the show. Not a ton of huge earth-shattering news that we need to get into. Luckily, this week has been rather tame. There's been some good action on all of the wrestling shows, and we will wrap up the week with a filthy fun Friday here on the broadcast. I'd like to thank anybody who's been listening this week. As I mentioned, Brian's been gone, but we have been joined by a number of guests, from author Ian Douglas to another author, Phil Schneider. Yesterday, one of the best independent wrestlers on the planet, Royce Isaacs. And today, as I mentioned, one of the best professional wrestlers of all time will be on the show, Lance Storm. So join us. We'll be back after the break.
Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Jared, put old Granny on. Let's see what she's up to. Oh, man, she's doing something. Oh, Lord.
She's trying to plug in the box, Brian.
Granny can't connect. And so I call her on the phone, and she alerts us that she apparently knocked the box off her desk. Whatever's happening right there, that doesn't look good. She knocked down the camera now? What's going on?
She's got a hold of the camera, I think.
She's okay. Well, we've got the ceiling at least. There's the box. Hey, we got the box, Jared. Does it look like it's plugged in?
No.
It's definitely not on.
No.
Okay. That's her back, I believe. She appears to be doing something.
Apparently yoga.
That's her hair. Are we sure that's not Ric Flair? Now she's got to find the phone, too.
Think anyone's going to still subscribe after the show?
I hope we get a bunch of video signups. This is interesting.
Is it now?
Oh, man, we can almost see the front of the tie line to see if it's on. But we can't. We can only see the side of it, as well as a flashlight and dice. I don't know why there are dice there.
Well, you never know when you're going to play dice in the dark.
She's still doing something.
That's good radio, boss.
Show that again, what's she doing?
You know what's a good show is the Big VDV show.
Is it?
Or if you Pod Armenia 2025.
She might be tying her shoe or something.
Ed and San Antonio show.
Granny is furiously doing something. It's possible that we should sabotage the box every week.
No!
So that she can, get up and down, like Roddy Piper once said. No, I know. I'm calling you. Phone. I'm calling you. Oh, my God. How are you?
I'm exhausted. Oh, I want to tell Vinny I watched his show today.
Thank you, Granny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. That sounded very sincere.
Stunning review. Well,
Anyway.
can we please make that into a commercial, Jared, for Vinny's show? Apple Podcast carries every podcast that we produce.
Oh, I want to tell Vinny I watched his show today.
Thank you, Granny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
So check it out, f4wonline.com/Apple. Try your free trial today. What is happening here? Yes, Granny?
I don't care if it's show or what. My computer went out and I can't fix it.
Okay. Jared, can you fix Granny's computer?
But he tried to get a pin.
I am Steve.
Brian, what are you doing?
Now my child is sending me a voice message.
Steel chicken jockey.
Wrestling Observer Live, back on the air with you. False advertising buffet all week. No Bryan Alvarez. He's on a cruise. I believe he's going to be back on Monday. Mike Sempervive has been compromised to a permanent end multiple times. I think he's 6 feet deep at the beach right now, so he's not going to be here. You got Filthy Tom Lawler, and you got, on the other line, the other end, Lance Storm.
And you can't even call it bait and switch because, like, we're an upgrade.
100%. I mean, this is like you go to McDonald's and they present you with a steak from
Exactly.
a fancy casino. You know what I mean? So we are here for your listening pleasure. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on how you look at it, there's not a whole lot of big news going on. There's no pay-per-views that I can think of this weekend, although I'm trying to rack my brain because that seems like it's absolutely impossible in today's professional wrestling climate. But there's no WWE pay-per-view, right? TNA No Surrender pay-per-view was last Friday, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a TNA show this weekend.
Nope, not until I think it's late March is our next big show.
Oh, wow. AEW Collision will take place. That'll be a live show coming at us from Oceanside, California tomorrow. And, of course, we have SmackDown tonight, but nothing out of the ordinary, no PLEs. The UFC does have a show, but it's, a fight night show from Houston with Sean Strickland, a very controversial character, taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. But this isn't like a Conor McGregor style weekend or a, Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey big fight night going on. So kind of a soft news weekend heading into it, but that's okay. Lance and I are here to get you through it. And since there's not a whole ton of important stuff to get into, I figured we could talk about something that is surely not important, but caught my eye in the world of news. Lance, this is going to catch you probably a little bit off guard, but there was an announcement yesterday on the Antonio Inoki X page. And I will read this right now. Inoki Genki Kobu Company Limited, Avita Corporation, and SMBC Value Creation Company Limited have jointly announced the launch of the Android Inoki project, which aims to create an AI Antonio Inoki and a humanoid robot timed to coincide with the birth anniversary of Antonio Inoki. This project is an initiative to embody the presence of Inoki, which, if this robot can embody the presence of Inoki one iota, that would be amazing, because Inoki left behind a remarkable life of achievements and ideas that should be passed on to future generations by utilizing humanoid and AI technologies as its foundation. The project will be advanced based on the technology of Avita, a leading authority in the research of highly human-like humanoid robots. Furthermore, this project is not limited to mere entertaining. It is positioned as an effort that carries significant social meaning, such as the inheritance of personality, ideology, and memory, and presenting the legacy in a form that allows dialogue with future generations. It will be promoted as one example of the initiatives in the physical AI domain being advanced by Avita.
So Cyborg Inoki.
It appears, and I don't know that this could be done. I'm going to have to check the news cycle once again, because this mentions February 20th, the birth anniversary of Antonio Inoki, which would be today.
Yeah.
However, I don't know that they're going to pump out this Antonio Inoki robot today. Perhaps this means that they're going to do it in the future. However, yeah, we are heading towards a world where they're going to recreate Antonio Inoki. I mean, scientists have been like trying to recreate dire wolves and other extinct animals, and now we're jumping right ahead to Antonio Inoki.
Maybe they're just going to launch the AI version of him first in a modern day Max Headroom version, if you will. I don't know if you're old enough for Max Headroom, Tom, but
I am. Isn't he the guy that didn't he interrupt the a Chicago news broadcast?
I have no idea. I just remember him from an MTV music video.
Yeah.
But
somebody pirated like a TV show when they were wearing a Max Headroom mask. Oh. Sorry.
But they could certainly, I would think, with current technology, produce video of an AI version of Antonio Inoki and to keep his legacy alive. I think we're a long way from having a robot Antonio Inoki reenact great matches like the one he had with the great Antonio, one of my favorites.
Oh, geez. That is one of my favorites, too. Less of a match and more of an MMA fight, a one-sided beating, more like it. Actually, now you mention it, Lance, I'm looking at the video. I'm looking at the post, I should say, because I'm already killing the lead. But there is an AI video already of Inoki attached to this post. So I guess now we are just awaiting this humanoid robot to take on the great Antonio. Who are some other luminaries that he faced?
There was the Muhammad Ali one, of course.
Yeah, and he went to Pakistan and actually fought a couple of the wrestlers there. Jara Pelwan, I believe. You can go find that match, which turned into a shoot on YouTube. I've watched that multiple times because that's right up my alley. And this Antonio Inoki humanoid robot, right up my alley too. Maybe I can get a match with him. I was on the Antonio Inoki Bombaye show in 2022 against Katsuyori Shibata. So, although I did lose that, so maybe it's Shibata's chance to take on the humanoid robot.
There we go. It was Minoru Suzuki who took on the Mecha Mummy, which was a version of a... Boy, we're talking some classic pro wrestling today.
That Suzuki and Mecha Mummy match, that's like from a time forgotten, because that's probably 10 plus years ago. There's a whole generation of wrestlers out there now, especially on the independent scene, who probably have no clue about how great Mecha Mummy was. He carried Suzuki to one of his best contests ever.
Yeah, if you take nothing away from this show today, kids, get to YouTube, look up Antonio Inoki versus the Great Antonio, and look up Minoru Suzuki versus the Mecha Mummy.
Well, since, Antonio Inoki was a pro wrestling legend, and really, you mentioned already the fight with Muhammad Ali, which was looked at by a lot of people as the impetus for MMA now, although, I mean, let's be real, that's not true. However, history is sometimes rewritten by the victors. So Antonio Inoki has become a legend in the world of MMA, and we do have a little bit of crossover news with MMA and pro wrestling, as it was confirmed that Noah's own Ulka Sasaki, who is a former UFC competitor, a veteran of mixed martial arts, I believe a 24-10 record throughout his career. He will be heading to NXT to do his excursion. He will be training at the Performance Center once he completes the medical process. The 36-year-old Ulka Sasaki is a former UFC fighter. He's competed in Ryzen, which is the, grandchild in some ways of Pride FC. He began his career for Noah just over 2 years ago. He has held the GHC national title, which is their secondary singles championship. He has also held the GHC tag titles, and his last match before excursion was against Kenta on January 11th. This is not the first person to come over from Noah and try to make a splash in NXT. That was a play on words, because a man that used that big splash off the top rope in NXT, who came from Noah, Inamura, is currently the GHC heavyweight champion. So he's the top dog in Noah. I'm sure that Noah is looking for Oka Sasaki to come back and, make a big splash once again in the Noah Japanese scene. And we will come back after the break and continue to make a splash here on Wrestling Observer Live.
If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done. Over 15,000 podcasts in the archives, dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008, go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of the Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Bryan and Vinny Show, Figure 4 Daily, Filthy 4 Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang. And you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.
Observer Live, back on the air with you. Filthy Tom Lawler, joined today on a filthy fun Friday by Lance Storm. Welcome once again to the broadcast, Lance.
Hey, what's more fun than being filthy?
Being rich.
That might help.
Yeah, being filthy rich would actually be the best. Having that, I can't even say it, that FU money on the air. I hope we don't get hit up by the FCC there. But
that does make things better, though. At least so I'm told.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it ever happens to me. Maybe it would be a tough time period to come back from, but maybe I could get on the undercard of that Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano fight. There's been a lot of fights getting set up for that one. We could have Bryan Alvarez take on Paul Rosenberg, Peter Rosenberg. Gosh.
Or Paul Walter Hauser, whoever.
Oh my God, he could fight. He could have a handicap match against both of them. Well, Bryan, and a 2-on-1 match. I don't want to, say the wrong thing here. We could have Dave Meltzer against like a lot of the MMA community who doesn't want to see this Carano Rousey fight. Dave Meltzer was fighting with my boy, the Grabaka Hitman, the legend of the underground himself, Kaposa. We could have that one on the undercard. And maybe, go ahead, Lance. I was going to suggest an academic decathlon between you and I, but...
There you go. That's about what I'm in the physical shape for. How is your hip doing?
Well, I just came from rehab. It's getting better. I'm not anywhere near 100%. The issue so much now is not really my hip as it is my lower back. I have an L5-S1 vertebrae issue that's pinching a nerve, and I'm having a harder time getting some of the muscle and usage back in my leg because of that more so than the hip. Hey, anybody who's on the fence about getting a hip replacement, I wouldn't be, because this is one of the most frequently done operations now, and I waited probably 18 months too long to get it done. So
yeah, I'm actually waiting to hear back today from who I believe is going to talk to me about potential shoulder replacement surgery. So I've been waiting to hear back from a surgeon on that, and I had a call this morning from people who I think that's what they're calling me about. I'm waiting for a lot of stuff, so who knows. But hopefully to hear about that, because my shoulder's shot.
What is it from? Is it from, is it like a long pre-existing injury that you exacerbated recently, or is this an acute injury? Did you jam it into a door? Were you agenting so hard in the back trying to get a camera shot that you hurt yourself?
It's been bothering me for just gradually getting worse for a long time. I think I played volleyball, and this was my hitting arm for ages before I got into wrestling. I've been weightlifting for over 40 years and pro wrestling, and I've got just arthritis in it really bad. I've got fluid in the joint. I've got tendonitis, bursitis, some minor thickness tears in my rotator cuff. I've got everything in this sucker. I can't lift with it at all. So it's problematic. I don't do too much with my arm, and I'm hoping to hear back, but time will tell.
Yeah, when you say you can't really lift with it, do you mean overhead? Do you mean straightforward? Do you mean in any condition whatsoever?
I could lift with it, but if I do even a few push-ups, my arm will ache so bad for the next few days I can't do anything. There's times where I have to put, if I'm the passenger and my wife's driving, I'll have to reach across my body to push the door open, because sometimes at that angle it hurts too much to push with my right. Even just when it's really bad, if I had to, if I got to go shovel a driveway or something, it'll be aching bad enough that reaching forward to touch my iPad when I'm watching a show or something will hurt. So I use my left for a lot of stuff. Getting it overhead is really problematic. I'm the old guy now that points to the metal detector at the airport because putting my hands overhead hurts too much.
I have to do the opposite. Actually, now. I have to go through the metal detector thing every single time because of my hip. So it's you got the woman who's 90 years old in the wheelchair, and then me behind her who looks like I'm trying to cheat the system somehow by going through the thing. They're like, "Are you sure you have metal in your body, sir?" I'm like, yeah, I'm confident. I mean,
I've got lots.
If you saw what I looked like before this, you'd be like, wow, that was a nice, young, attractive gentleman. And now I look like this grotesque hobbit. Not Paul Walter Hobbit, like somebody said yesterday, but grotesque nonetheless, I guess. This is our BioFlex injury report coming to you here on Wrestling Observer Live, along with BDE having a sore neck, Jeff Hardy not being cleared this week, but he's expected back next week. Elijah had a surgically repaired tricep, but he's been cleared by BioFlex to compete. Have you talked to BioFlex about your ailments, Lance?
I have not. I leave that. We do have a BioFlex recovery room at all the shows, but the talent
Really?
go to that. I don't take up space for the talent, so I let them get all their BioFlex injury therapy and so forth at the events, and I leave it to talent.
No kidding. So there really is a BioFlex room, because I was not sure if BioFlex is medically accredited to be determining if wrestlers can compete or not. So I went and did a little bit of research. I tried to see what BioFlex is all about, and it sounds like you have a lot more information than I do, but it looks like it's laser therapy, red light therapy devices. They even have BioFlex PET.
Okay, yeah, I don't. Again, to stooge it off, I don't believe anyone from BioFlex is actually clearing the wrestlers for from injuries, but they do actively treat and help prevent injuries and recover from injuries for our talent, and they're a sponsor of our show, and I think I can actually even get a deal on some red light therapy equipment. I should probably look into it.
Yeah. I mean, they do have quite a list of clients here. Toronto Blue Jays, Raptors. So is this I wonder if it's a Canada-focused company there. The U.S. Olympic team, the St. Louis Cardinals, L.A. Rams, Canada Basketball, Houston Texans, University of Ottawa, McMaster University, and Nelson Mandela University, which is
Where is that?
Canadian? Is that Canadian?
I wouldn't think so, but who knows? But yeah, they're legitimately part of the company, and talent are taken care of with a lot of their laser and red light therapy.
Well, Nelson Mandela University in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. So BioFlex, an international brand. Look at that. Maybe they should sponsor that international championship.
There we go. Yeah, which was defended last night.
It sure was, and we can get into that in the penultimate segment of the show, as I just absolutely love to say, one of my favorite terms. Right now,
I have to ask you: did you learn that term via Monty Python like I did?
No, I don't. I don't think I did. I probably learned it before I actually ever saw Monty Python, I would imagine. I've read a lot of comic books when I was younger, and
okay,
I learned a lot from The Punisher, believe it or not.
Because there's a famous Monty Python skit where they talk about it not being the Last Supper, but the penultimate supper, because if there's a last one, there must have been a one before that.
Yes.
And that's where I learned the definition of penultimate.
And anti-penultimate is actually even more of a favorite of mine.
The hell's that?
It's just the one before that one.
Ah, okay.
I don't
The
know
one
why.
before the one before.
Yeah, I don't know how that adds on and becomes anti, but whatever. Let's get into a couple of previews. This won't take too long. As I mentioned, we do have some wrestling shows this weekend. AEW Collision tomorrow on the usual channels, HBO Max, coming to us from Oceanside, California. These matches were set up on Dynamite on Wednesday and throughout the past few weeks in some cases. Claudio Castagnoli will defend the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship against Josh Alexander. If that is not a fantastic match, I will be amazed. I mean, those two are great wrestlers. I can't imagine anything less than a worthy match for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship.
Are we going to get a both these balds chant?
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw that Pitbull is trying to get a whole stadium full of bald people going.
All right, well, he'll have to call me. I qualify.
Jet Set Rodeo will defend the trios titles against The Demand. Thunder Rosa takes on Julia Hart in her return from injury. And then we also have a SmackDown show, which takes place tonight. Elimination Chamber qualifiers are on the docket. Trick Williams takes on Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest. Charlotte Flair takes on Nia Jax and Kiana James. Ilya Dragunov will do battle with Tama Tonga, which is announced today, which is kind of weird because Ilya Dragunov was supposed to challenge Carmelo Hayes last Friday. They were interrupted by Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, the other MFTs. It led to a 10-man tag. And now Ilya Dragunov once again not getting his match, although I guess it makes sense since Carmelo Hayes is in the Elimination Chamber. So They will get back to that feud, which has been going on for 9 months at this point. Next week, it seems. Obafemi will be on hand to once again squash poor Kit Wilson. And just added today, moments ago, we will have U.S. champion Julia do battle with tag team champion Io Sky. Another good match for SmackDown announced, and we'll be back after the break with more Wrestling Observer Live.
Granny, what's happening? What do we got for the wrestling report here today?
Talk or something.
Talk or something.
So Niven comes in, jumps on Bailey with her overweight body a couple of times, doesn't mind playing dirty, leaves Bailey on the mat in lots of pain. I found this book. It's called Limericks from the Heart.
Is this a Lanny Poffo book?
Let me finish this one. This guy's name is Lanny Poffo. And there are 335 pages in here. Can you guess what it's about?
Smoking.
Oh,
Sean
yeah.
the Wizard.
Have you read it?
We read it every week for about 6 months.
When I first started.
Wow.
Why don't we start reading some questions, and we'll see if we can spur some answers out of Granny. Shall we try?
I don't think so.
Let's try.
Then you'll really find out how dumb I am.
Granny, did you know there was a wrestling bear?
No, and I don't care.
All right.
It's a bear that wrestled people.
I still don't care.
Okay.
Is Granny frozen?
Granny, you frozen?
No, I'm ready to read my report.
Your picture is frozen.
It is?
Yeah. Or you're doing a great job as a ventriloquist.
Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, or whatever his last name is. Paul Newman is watching this match. And he's not on Cody's side. What's the matter?
Absolutely nothing. Everything's great.
You know, Cody did say that he was looking for a manager. I think him and Paul Newman would be a...
What a handsome pair.
Yeah. A dashing duo.
That guy's a movie star, isn't he?
Since you're on the phone, why don't we just jump right into your wrestling report and such, and then we'll let you go and we'll do Facebook without you.
Can I lay the phone down and can you hear me?
You can try. Why don't you give it a shot?
Okay.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a disaster. I can already tell.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's all right, I guess.
Go ahead.
No, it's your segment. You're gonna read
us jokes,
or your wrestling report or whatever. I see Granny has now put the phone back up to her ear.
I'm just for now.
Do you have the soaps or anything else, Granny, or are we is that it?
I want to quit for now.
Okay. Well,
no more.
Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe.
Observer Live, back with you. Lance Storm joining me today. I'm Filthy Tom Lawler, for those of you who have not been joining us the entire time. I got caught really off guard by the ad that we had running on Sports Byline there, where
we got Mother Nature is violent and nasty, and then a guy yelling at us.
Yeah, Mother Nature is ready to attack you at any point in your life. There's also one of my favorites is like, do you need life insurance? Are you dead? It's like this guy's like way too excited to be selling you life insurance. I don't know. Anyways, I like all these commercials. They're great. We need more of them.
Absolutely.
Lance, a little bit of news from earlier in the week. I just wonder if you have any thoughts on our newest action hero. And that is going to be Pat McAfee. Yeah, Pat McAfee. Do you watch any of these shows that he's going to be in?
No.
Was it Tiger King. Was that? No,
No,
that's
it
not
was
what
Tulsa
it was.
King.
Tulsa King. Jeez. Can you imagine Pat McAfee and the Tiger King? Oh,
Might be a better fit for him, to be honest. I don't know.
that would have been a fantastic.
The thing I found most notable was, that someone was saying he could be the next Sylvester Stallone. I'm like, is Sylvester Stallone really that much of a thing anymore that you'd want to be the next one? Like, is he going to go back
not
and
at
do?
this point.
He's got Rocky and Rambo movies to his credit, and other than that,
Whoa. What about Federation of Interstate Truckers?
or my favorite Rhinestone, where he was a country singer with Dolly Parton. You look like you haven't seen it. You have to go see it.
I have not.
You have to find Rhinestone.
I was hoping you were going to mention Over the Top, the
Over
arm
the Top,
wrestling movie.
'cause-
Yeah,
Isn't Terry Funk in that?
he may be, but I mean, Pat McAfee deserves to star in Over the Top because if anybody's over the top, it's Pat McAfee.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't.
He's going to be busy. Are they going to be able to keep him in WWE at all?
I doubt it. I mean, he's got NFL duties probably next year. He's got college football game day every week, which is like a gigantic ratings draw every Saturday. So he's on the move all the time. And I mean, realistically, I don't know right now what he adds to the broadcast. Like he's not needed for to boost the prominency of them in the media. I don't think he's bringing in a ton of new viewers at this point. Maybe a few years ago when he was more of a novelty, it meant more, but I don't think Pat McAfee needs to be there full time. I mean,
I'm more than happy to listen to Corey Graves and Stu Bennett. What's his Wade Barrett?
yeah, is he Wade Barrett? I watch every week and I should know this, but I'm not even sure if he's Wade Barrett or if he's Stu Bennett or I know Booker T is Booker T every week. I can tell you that much.
It's hard to miss Booker T.
Yeah, he's never once changed in his life. So let's get into a little bit of TNA Impact here on AMC. Like I said earlier, I thought it was a pretty fun show. I don't watch TNA every week. The last time I did was, I watched No Surrender. I've seen a couple of these shows since the debut on AMC, but this is the first time I've watched the full show since the debut on AMC. And I mean, this was worlds better. We had a personal favorite of Bryan's opening the show, the Elegance brand, as Heather by Elegance took on Indy Hartwell. This match was marred by interference, or maybe helped by it, not sure. Indy at one point fought out of a sleeper hold, made her come back, and the Elegance brand jumped up on the apron. They were sent to the back by the referee, and the crowd then got really into it. Indy pushed Heather by Elegance into the ropes, and Heather, it was like she was trying to do a backflip off of the top rope, but just landed right on her head. And then Indy came off the top with an elbow drop, hit her with the Hertz donut, and got the win. Steve Macklin tried to break into the building. Earlier in the day, he had called Tom Hannafin to let him know, and Tom went out there to stop him, to intervene, told him, you can't do this, you can't go in there, you're going to get trespassed. Macklin urged him to talk to management, and Tom gave us an update, said he has not heard back from management on Macklin's request just yet. So another wrinkle in this storyline as Macklin attacked Mike Santana during the main event of No Surrender on Friday.
After being fired from the Feast or Fired briefcase, if you're following along.
Yes, which I predicted that he would be the one fired, if you remember. But I thought, they got me because I thought that he was gone. I thought he was leaving the company, but clearly that was to lead to this storyline and putting him back into the main event scene where he attacked Mike Santana on Friday. Mike Santana, because of that, was taken out of the tag team match that he was in with Leon Slater during the middle of the match. This left Leon Slater to fight by himself against Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards.
And this is No Surrender, not Impact.
Yeah, this is No Surrender on Friday. So Mike Santana was out here to apologize to Leon Slater for leaving him alone. But Leon was like, you know what? It's fine. I get it. I understand things happen. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, I pinned a former world champion, so it's all good. This brought out the man that was pinned, Nick Nemeth, along with his brother Ryan Nemeth. They said Slater had gotten lucky. Santana butted in. He said, look, that's not true. He won because he's one of the best in the world. He's the youngest in charge, and he's the X Division champion. Slater then challenged the two of them to a match next week. Or I'm sorry, I'm screwing this one up. Challenged them to a match right there and then. However, the suit, and that is an acronym, the suit Daria Ray, it stands for Shut Up, I'm Talking, came out. She said the wrestlers don't make the matches on her show. Maybe she can find time for them next week, but get out of the ring now because there's a match scheduled. I thought everybody was pretty good in this, but at the end of the day, Daria Ray told them to shut up because she was talking, and the X Division champion and the world champion shut up and let her talk. It got bossed around by her. So I thought, besides them looking like geeks at the end of it, it was a good segment.
Although the one thing that I find I'm a little more comfortable with the heel authority figure talking down wrestlers, at least it's a situation where it's like they can't physically do anything about it. Like, world champion Mike Santana is not going to go over and punch Daria Ray in the face, where if it was a heel authority dude, you'd be wanting him to.
I kind of wanted him to be fair, because she's out there, she's going like, don't you know I'm an MMA fighter? And I was like, actually, yeah, I do know. But, I mean, it's not like you were in the UFC. You know, you weren't, like, fighting Ronda Rousey. Like, yeah, I'm familiar. But anyways, I like the Daria Ray character. We had Stax challenge Trey Miguel for the TNA International title that he lost to him Friday at No Surrender. Ariana Grace cut a promo about winning the TNA Knockouts title at No Surrender before the match. Tom Hannafin said, this is the biggest upset in Knockouts history. And I wondered to myself, is that true? I did a little research, and there's only one other match that seems to come up, and it's not Jenna Maraska. It's Taylor Wilde defeating Awesome Kong in 2008 in her rookie year to win. I believe she defended the title against her.
And so actually wasn't, why did I blank on her name? But the Taylor Wilde, wasn't she actually playing the role of a fan that came out of the crowd when she defeated Kong? She may have. I think that's how she started in TNA, was the challenger out of the crowd, I think.
2008, I was not watching wrestling. I took a hiatus after stopping wrestling and fighting full time. It wasn't until a few years later where I absolutely hated fighting that I started watching wrestling again. So this was during that time period, actually. So I have no clue. I'm not sure I could pick Taylor Wilde out of a crowd if I had to.
No, I can. She worked with us not that long ago either. She'd made a return, but yeah, it was great. Just completely off topic, but one of the first seminars I ran after I opened my own school was in Montreal, and she was one of the students or people that came to it. And I remember talking to her afterwards, like I thought she had more promise than anyone else and suggested she really stick with it. And not long after that, she made it to TNA.
2008. When did she came back recently?
It was a couple, like in my sometime in the last 4 years, because I've been there as a producer when she came back. Her and Kylin King were our Knockouts tag champs.
Must have been after the Destination America and Pop TV days where I was
well after that. Yes,
the only one on the site covering the show for a while. So, anyways, Stax was challenging Trey Miguel for the belt. Grace distracted the ref. Stax landed a blow to the back of Miguel's head. Couldn't get the win. Miguel fought back, hit the shell shock, the lightning spiral, won the match. I do have a complaint, and that is the fact that Trey Miguel already has a custom title. Can you
he just got the color belt to match. It's didn't like he changed the title. He changed the leather.
They were saying he's got a custom belt. He's got a custom belt. I want to see somebody retain the title like 10 times before you're allowed to get a custom belt. You know, make it mean a little bit more. Did John Cena have the spinner right away? Did Stone Cold have the smoking skull belt right off the bat? I don't know either, but
I don't know. Warrior changed the color of the strap like every other week.
that's more of a reason not to do it.
Fair.
There was an Eric Young promo said he's going to get rid of all the undesirables and go after Leon Slater. Tessa Blanchard took on Jody Threat. Jody Threat had won the TNA Knockouts Battle Royal at No Surrender on Friday. Victoria Crawford and Mila Moore were ringside with Tessa. Man. They just interfered when Jody was going to hit her finisher. That was it. They interfered, beat her up.
Victoria Crawford come in and booted her in the ribs.
I was not happy with the finish because I am a big fan of Jody Threat. Lance, have I ever told you I watched Jody Threat eat 4 breakfasts in one sitting? I mentioned this on the show yesterday.
I heard it yesterday.
One meal, another meal of pancakes, a full-sized chocolate cake, which was a meal in itself, and then washed it down with donuts. But luckily she didn't eat that before this match because she got beat up afterwards.
She needs to do a mixed tag with Eric Young. First time I met Eric Young, there was a Moondance diner in Chicago that has the most insanely large pancakes. You're lucky to eat one, and they give you a full order of 3.
It's the size of Brian's ego.
Maybe even bigger. And we ribbed him into ordering the entire order of them and then told him we would buy his breakfast if he could finish them. And he was a starving indie guy getting extra work, and brother ate it all.
Well, Rich Swann and BDE took on Sinner and Saint. Sinner and Saint won with the total elimination. All 4 men shook hands after the match.
It was some good action.
Yeah, they just need more tag teams. Need more tag teams, more tag team matches. Get more matches with the Righteous. Rich Swann and BDE were a good team. Sinner and Saint are always good. You could have the System, of course, break off into tags as well. So hopefully some more movement in that tag division now that my boys Dark State are out of the picture. There was a Mance Warner and AJ Francis altercation backstage. Elena Black did a promo with Mara Sade, and since we're coming up on the break, Lance, we can get into the main event in the final segment, the ultimate segment of the show when we come back as the Guitar Case Casket match ended TNA, and we will end Wrestling Observer Live with it as well.
Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. It is the annual Christmas show. We have Big Vinny V as always, who's wearing a hat.
Can confirm.
Sean is here as always. He is not festive at all.
I forgot my hat.
Granny is here. Granny, what's going on?
Hello.
Craig is here, not festive at all.
Yep.
And we have Filthy Tom. Oh boy. Should we do shots now?
No.
I think I should probably watch this for a second. Oh my god. Granny is doing a joyride.
I thought they were going to be here.
A box of tissues. Clearly that was for Vinny.
Scotty's.
How dare you? Yeah!
Who is this? My guest?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
John in Memphis is on the air, and he is hammered. I'm a cool guy, right? I'm invited to the barbecue. God damn it!
Merry Christmas!
I got sober up for this call.
Yes.
That's a girl.
Oh, is this Harley Cameron?
How
Love
did you
you.
know? I even put
I
on the
love you.
American accent.
It is? Everyone shut up.
Hold on.
You are the most talented performer in the entire business.
Yes, man.
What are you doing in pro wrestling?
First of all, you've been far too generous and kind, and I appreciate you.
I don't think I've ever seen Vinny that happy before.
Bro, ladies and
Yeah, I'm
gentlemen,
gonna open a prison.
welcome to the show today here with Filthy Tom Waller and the Goon Squad.
Tom, what are you doing?
I gotta pee.
Well, go pee then. Don't do it on air.
Hola,
Way to go.
Hola?
¿cómo estás?
Is this the Beast Mortos? Yes!
That could not go any better.
The Beast Mortos is here on the air. Beast, how you doing? He sounds very agitated, Vinny.
I'm starting to get the feeling this is not a live call with the Beast Mortos.
The Beast is short-circuited. No! That's the Amun!
¿Cómo estás?
What is happening?
Hello, Brian.
Is this Don Callis?
Rob is using the Meltzer star rating for his urinal visits. Just so you know, I'm 7 stars, baby.
Ah!
So that's it.
If it's 7 stars, I want to see it.
What?
Live back on the air to put a bow on this show, much like we will with TNA very quickly, as the guitar case casket match between Elijah and Mustafa Ali main evented. Elijah avoided the attacks of Order 4. He eventually took them out, moved on a 450 splash, nailed Ali with a guitar, knocked the great hands off the apron through a table, chokeslammed Ali through a door into the guitar case casket, and he strummed the final chord on Ali in what was the all-time best guitar case casket match in wrestling history.
I was also impressed with just the quality of the guitar case casket. It was an impressive piece of work, whoever made that thing.
Yeah, it looked like it deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Honestly, that was a sweet casket. That really was like the best casket I think I've ever seen. If I have to think about it, it was the winged eagle of caskets.
There we go. Brian would appreciate that. And because Brian always mentions that Ali almost kills himself in every match, I will, if you missed it, Ali managed to take a backdrop off the rampway through a stack of chairs on the floor. He had to have been 10 feet in the air taking this backdrop onto a stack of chairs and managed to hit it perfectly. But he's a crazy man.
Yeah, and that was like one of the first things that they did. It was early on in the match, and then he went another 10 minutes probably getting tossed around. Mustafa Ali has been must-see over the past year or so. One of the best guys. Honestly, he's a hit every single time I see him in there. He has been fantastic. Last night, that guitar case casket match was no different.
Yeah, it's a rare week that if Mustafa Ali's on the show, he doesn't steal it or get really, really close.
Yeah. And speaking of stealing the show, thanks for coming on and ending the week with me, Lance. Thanks to all the listeners who have bared with us while the boss man, Bryan Alvarez, has been gone. Thanks for spending your time on Wrestling Observer Live. And once again, for Filthy Tom Lawler and Lance Storm, whether he likes it or not, we'll see you next time.